So sweet and so mellow, so full of love that I can't get enough of you. So full of love that I can't get is your love, baby. So full of love that I can't get enough of you.
Hello. Hi, Parker. How you doing? Look, it's my hand. Hello. There we go. And now my face is loaded in. So we're good to go. I don't know that I have anything really interesting to say to start this off. We're gonna keep working on this, which I think we all knew was going to happen. I would like to get this done today. We'll see if that's manageable. We're gonna try at least. How you doing though, Parker? You know what? Yes, I think that you can boycott the weather. I know that I've been doing that because there is still snow in my front yard that's left there from winter, like reminding me. Oh, I also changed some stuff with, I figured out why my music was pausing last time, and maybe I've fixed it, but we'll see. Fingers crossed that I fixed it because I really don't want to have to deal with it more. But Discord added a thing where if your mic has been transmitting for 30 seconds, it cuts your music off, which is just fucking stupid. So yeah, we also, I guess we haven't, oh, I thought it already, so I might as well say it because it's going to happen. We haven't had a sizable earthquake in a little bit, so we're probably due for one soon, knock on wood. That's another thing to deal with. Oh, apparently it's going to rain in a little bit. Doesn't look like it, but sure. I'm like out of sorts today. I don't know. I'm just, my brain is being a nuisance, which is standard anymore, I think. Yeah, I don't mind them because I'm used to them, right? So it's the same kind of deal where like there are things you get used to. Because I also grew up in Oregon where we don't have as many earthquakes there as we do here, but we still felt some. So I was pretty used to that. We did like earthquake drills in school and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw that. I'm in a Discord with other people in the Midwest in it, and they were posting the like weather map showing the swirlies. That was intense. I'm glad you're okay. Oh, I forgot to do that yesterday. I have something to send you for a color check, actually, Parker. I think it's fine, but I'd rather double check, especially since you are generally willing to help. Okay. I need to decide if I want to start with mushrooms or if I want to start with ghost. Yeah, it's the same like mint and lilac color as my nails and my branding and everything and my favorite colors. But I just want to make sure that it's not too samey for you. Because it is a little samey, but I like it that way. I've been working on my website more, if that wasn't clear. Yeah, it's scary, Parker. The way weather has been changing is really wild. Everything has gotten more extreme. Okay, I think the smart way to do this is to put the base layer down on our ghost because I'm going to need to let that dry and then add more to it. So we can do that and then work on mushroom details and then go back to it once it's dry. I still have not fully and properly thought out how I'm doing the ghost. We're just going for this and we'll see what happens. But I do need to clean my palette really fast. Excuse me. Because I'm going to put white gouache on here, which is going to be us lightening our ghost instead of lightening the background. So let me just swipe up this stuff because I was working on other stuff that you haven't seen yet. I have secrets. My patrons know what's up, but they always get to know what's up first. That's just how it works. Yeah, I'm glad for that, Parker. I don't know, those things can like shift directions really wildly. I love that there's like a gigantic hair right there. That's really attractive. Love that for me. It's almost like I have a lot of hair or something. God, I left my hair down to dry the other day and it drove me absolutely nuts. I have way too much hair. But if I put it up, it takes like 3 days to dry properly. It's the worst. Yeah, for sure. They're very unpredictable. Which is scary. I don't like things that I can't properly prepare for. Like earthquake, you can prepare to for a point. Like up here, it's an inevitability that we will get an earthquake. It's about when and how strong, but you can set up your city to have, you know, rollers in the buildings and stuff like that so that the destruction isn't as bad. And luckily, the really big earthquake up here happened in '64, so a lot of the buildings that weren't up to snuff fell apart. And regulations were changed so that that doesn't happen again. So I didn't have to deal with the getting ready part. I just get to deal with the safer reality. Yeah, exactly, Parker. I just have so much hair. Like, I even cut it. I'd let it grow out like a fair amount, but it was getting to the point where it was like difficult for me to brush it. I just have so much hair. So much of it. It's very thick hair. So it takes a long time to dry, and I hate the feeling of wet hair on my neck. I'm neurodivergent. I don't know if you could tell. But so having to like leave my hair down to dry is like, it's a challenge for me. But I also don't want my hair to stay wet for 3 days. You know how it is. Was there anything else I wanted to say right off the bat? Oh, I need to put more yellow in my palette. Let's do that. I'm not focused today. I don't know that I will get focused today. I do have something after stream today, so we might do a little bit of a shorter one, depending on how I'm feeling, because I have a meeting with my book group today. Yes, same. I cut tags out of like everything, Parker. The worst, okay, this is maybe a little bit TMI, but I'll share with you guys, it's fine. The worst is underwear tags. I cut all of those out. I cannot deal. Yeah, totally fair, Parker. I've just got like a lot of personal stuff going on, so my brain is like gone. She is not in the building. I also didn't sleep very well last night because our neighbor with the really loud motorcycle left his house at like 5:30 this morning, and his motorcycle is so loud that it woke me up and I couldn't get back to sleep until like 8 o'clock this morning. So I also overslept a little bit, which ended up being fine, but it still just like throws me off, even if I don't have something I need to be up for. So, but yeah, clothing tags, not fun. Yeah, yeah. I have a lot of anxiety dreams. I don't think that's a secret. I've talked about that a lot. In fact, that was one of the major focuses of one of my art projects was visualizing my anxiety dreams in a certain way. So I definitely get that. Okay, I'm putting gouache. I got distracted, but we're moving on. We've got white gouache. You can tell that I use the white gouache the most because it's the only one that I've had to roll from the gouache set that I have. I'm not sure how much I'll need, but I also have the white ink to do if I really need like opaque, which I might do for some stuff, but yeah, for sure, Parker. And like, I need to have time to process every single possible outcome of any event, which is not necessarily a healthy way to deal with things, but I need to come up with like the scripts and how I will react to things. Yeah, see, I'm raw dogging life. I am not medicated. I'm just doing my best which I think sometimes is pretty obvious, if I'm being honest. Okay, so I do want to do like a full whitewash on this to start out, and then for the shadows, we're going to have more white up, and especially places like here where there's two pieces of the ghost overlapping. We're going to make that a little bit whiter. I'm mostly saying this out loud so that I can like understand where I'm going with this, because your girl's been a little distracted lately. Hey Al, how's it going? So let's do this, and this will dry like less opaque than it is right now. We'll layer to get our opacity where I want it. And then after that, I need to go back over this grass here because I want that to be in front. Everything all the time forever is the short answer. Yeah, that's fair, Parker. And I don't know, if medicine helps you, that's great, and I'm happy for you, but also I like you just fine all the time, so. Sequel to which movie? Oh, All the Time Forever. Yeah, definitely. Me trying to remember what I said 3 seconds ago. That movie made me cry. Good movie, though. Everything, everywhere, all at once. That's what my anxiety feels like. May work on this a little bit while it's wet. I also probably should be using a smaller brush, but YOLO. Yopo, you only paint once? I don't know. Thank you, Al. I appreciate it. Yeah, fair, Parker. I don't know. My brain weirds did well with college because, like, you get a list of your expectations at the start of the semester. It's like, here's what we're going to ask of you, and you just have to do that. And I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. Although one semester I was taking, this was the semester that I messed up my ear from the ear infection. We've talked about that before. But I was taking like 21 credits and working part-time. Not a great time. Wouldn't recommend it. But I was taking an online class for technical writing, and the teacher added like a huge project randomly in the middle of the semester. And I was like, okay, well, I do not have time to do that, so I have to drop your class now. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, that was a wild semester for sure. Yeah, I like that too, Parker. I love Coraline. That's like weirdly one of my comfort movies. I think I've said that before. You cannot kill me in any way that matters. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I was actually, okay, so I was thinking about what I wanted to do for Pride this year, because that's coming up really soon. I was thinking about doing like a mushroom circle with different gender pride flags in the mushroom caps, and putting in the center, you cannot gender me in any way that matters. I haven't fully decided on that. It's still cooking. But I was thinking art projects for me to paint, Al, but that is a very creative suggestion, and I'll give that due diligence. Oh God, 25 credits sounds awful. I barely managed the 21. I ended up down to 19. and working part-time, which was still too much if I'm being honest. But one of the classes I took that semester was, am I going to remember the full class name? Maybe just Introduction to Zen Buddhism, because one of my Japanese teachers was I don't know the right word, a qualified, an official, whatever, Zen Buddhist monk. Like, he'd actually gone through the whole kit and caboodle, and I adored him. He's such a cool guy. We're still friends on Facebook and everything. But I really wanted to take that class, and I'm glad I did. It was definitely one of those things that expanded how I thought of the universe as a person and stuff. It definitely made me a better person. So, and I got to spend time with a bunch of people who were really cool. So there was no way in hell I was dropping that class. Technical writing, though, that one was gone. Yeah, that sounds awful, Parker. I could not. I may go back through this with something else, because this isn't vibing with me quite yet. But that's because I'm not finished yet, and my brain needs to stop being mean to me. We're having a brain weird day, I say as if I don't have brain weird days literally all the time. Okay. Doop, 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 doop. Motorcycle. Yeah, for sure, Parker. I definitely, like, I did all right managing myself until like 2013. I graduated winter of 2013, or fall semester of 2013, I guess I should say. And it's wild. So I've been working on my website, right? And one of the things that I'm going through is all of my old art, because I've made a gallery of like earlier works. And looking at the things I created up until the point where I had like a big mental break was like a lot. But it's weird how I have like a very clear timeline of exactly where I was going into depression, like the big bad depression. I've always had issues like that, but there's like levels to it. So there's like the big bad depression slump, and you can like see the signs coming. And then there's just no art for 3 years. Well, more than that. It's there's maybe one piece I made in 4 years. And then I start making stuff for Jik. And it's so funny. Yeah, fair, Al. I have them set up so there's like earlier works, which just means pre-2020, because 2020 is when I started my Patreon. So I do earlier works, and then I do 2020, 2021, and etc. And I do have the little labels planned out and made until 2030. So I guess I kind of have started working on a gallery of future works. Yeah, once you burn yourself out that bad, Parker, it's like, it's such a trial to get back to it. What do I want to do with this? I'm like, I may end up adding some color on top of this, because I like the idea of having like a little bit of color to it, which will also help a lot with shading in a way that I like. But it would help if I had like thought this through better, but you know what? We can figure it out. Yeah, this is not news. I like colors. It's true. Yeah, I'm glad that they could tell, Parker. Because I don't know. It's difficult to ask for help when you're in that kind of situation. So if you have people who can like recognize what's happening and help you with that, it's good. Thank you, Al. I still have so much work on the website to do. Ugh. I do think that I'm going to close my coffee I usually say Ko-fi, shop down soon, but I need to transfer all of my listings over before I actually open up the shop properly and the website properly. Like, it's kind of up, you can get there, but really it's just a construction homepage at this point. But like, I know what I need to do, I just don't know that I really have the time to do it. Because everything happens so much all the time. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere with this. I'm feeling better about it. Oh god, yeah, I took, what class was that? Basic Java, I think, as one of my electives in college, because one of my friends was doing a Bachelor of the Sciences, and I don't know, I'm interested in coding. It's a puzzle. I like puzzles. Well, it's a puzzle that involves math, but don't worry about that. But that one was definitely work for me. But I did do more coding like on my own in the past couple years. I took some classes from Codecademy. Hi, lesbian! Oh yeah, there's a new alert and a new emote. I didn't say that yet. I made a new emote and uploaded it yesterday. I will do stretchies, thank you. And all the other kit and caboodles of the self-cares. Alright, I'm stretching. I actually did good stretches this morning, so I'm not doing so bad. Sweetie. Thank you, Al. Stretchy. Let's do wrist stretchies. My wrist has been bugging me this week, and like, I know why. It's just annoying. But it seems to be a bit better today. I was careful with it yesterday, so. Thank you. I was really pleased with myself because I managed to match my branding. Left. You got it. Once I do the other things, I will do that. Yes, thank you for saving me from making a decision. I had, so these, the nail wraps are from Espionage Cosmetics, which is my nail wrap company. You can't really tell, but they're Firefly based, which I didn't know when I bought them. I just saw little sketches on notebook paper and I was like, oh shit, I need that. And I was like, okay, well, I have the 2 nail polish colors that match my branding, which the... Yeah. Parker is, it's true. But I have the 2 colors that are like my branding colors, these guys right here, because they're my 2 favorite colors. I was like, well, I have an uneven number of nails after that, so one needs to be more than the other. I was like, I don't want to make a decision about that, so I made Al do it for me. What was I doing? I was pulling a card. I did drinky, stretchy, hydraties, all of that jazz. And we will pull an affirmation card now. Ah, thank you, Anne. I got made fun of a lot for my laugh, but So I like laughed differently for a very long time in my life because I was scared of being too loud. And now that I've given up on that, everybody thinks my laugh is great. That one, yes, lesbian. I will write that down actually. Hang on, so that I can remember to do that. Where can I write this that I'm going to see it again? Let's do it there. I do have another sliding in thing to add too. I just didn't have time to do that this week. It'll happen at some point. Okay, that is added to the list, and I will get on that at some point. But there's that video of a ferret flopping out of a box, and I kind of want to add, instead of just sliding in, there's flopping in. So we can have sliding out, and we can have going to space to escape capitalism as another exit. I think that would be good. Man, I have done more tarot spreads in the past week than I have done in like a year. It's absolutely wild. But it's made my thumb sore because of how much I have been shuffling cards. Because like this is hard work for my fingers. Now that I know that I'm actually hypermobile, it makes a lot more sense. Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. Okay. I almost did that like I do tarot cards and not like I was reading for somebody else. You said left? Embrace the pause between where you were and where you are. That's good advice. Leave that out for a little bit. This can go here. I need to start cleaning up this space too, which is going to be a lot. We do have a boop based vaguely off of Tumblr. I redesigned it because I wanted the beans to squish. If I try to do this, are you going? Yeah, that guy. Thank you. Oh, computer, you're so slow. You're trying so hard. Okay. Is that a good base level for the white? I don't know. I hate making decisions, and so I've made my entire career making decisions. I mean, squishy beans are fun. It's a fact. Oh gosh, one of my Tumblr mutuals actually got a kitten yesterday and was sending me kitten photos and videos. The kitten is so sweet. Yeah, that's fair, Parker. I mean, to be fair, Tumblr is always weird. That's one of the features. But yeah, there was a lot of shenanery going on with the CEO for a while, and they still are not treating trans people in general and trans women specifically very well, which like isn't necessarily a shock, but you'd like to see some improvement, you know? Baby kitties! I miss having a cat. I hope that we can get kitties soon. My brother and I have talked about it, but we also, our lives keep exploding, which is just kind of like how life works, apparently. Things just keep happening, and I'm supposed to deal with them? Which doesn't seem fair, honestly. I think things should stop happening and let me take a nap. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up probably using some of the white ink in some of these areas. I might use it to go over some of the lines in the inner area here, because the black feels a little intense in areas. Yeah. You definitely need an emotional support cuddle every now and again, and a fuzzy creature is just next tier. But I love that I've become the person who just gets random photos of cats. To be fair, the person on Tumblr also sent me a bunch of like photos she'd taken of like local critters to her and was sending them to me randomly because I said I liked seeing creatures, which is very sweet. And I'm kind of wishing I had done white ink for the ghost outline, but that wouldn't have worked well for the coloring sheet. But we can change it. We're in charge. Yes, toe beans are important. Well, so far the music hasn't cut out, so maybe I have successfully stopped it from doing that, which is kind of annoying because it means that I can't have my Spotify connected to my Discord at all. It's annoying that they added that. Perfect, Parker. I love this arrangement. I'm winning everything. It's like, oh, I get assistance and kitty photos? What are you getting out of this? I think I need to let that dry and think about it for a bit. Okay, mushrooms are our next attack here. We're gonna use some burnt sienna. I might actually want a smaller paintbrush than that. Let's start here and work our way up. Or down, or something. This is the last piece I need to finish for this month, and I already sketched out the first thing we're working on next month. I got that done yesterday. So that will be our next thing. It's in the other room so that I wasn't tempted to show you before the color and focus was officially announced for next month. It's like, oh, it's a secret still. But I'll announce that on socials tomorrow. The poll isn't over yet, but it's pretty definitive about who's winning. I will say, I do need to mention this more often, and I keep forgetting. There aren't going to be streams on the week of the 12th next month. That week my dad is in town, and I need to break down the streaming setup since I'm in the living room. So no streams that week, but I'll be back with a vengeance the next week, unless something else explodes. I think so, Parker. It's not green or red, so I think it will be easier on your eyes. Although I don't know that it would be difficult to be easier for your eyes than this green color is. But it's not going to be a pickle situation, for sure. Yeah, it'll be okay. Actually, the poll, I don't think I pulled anything that was green or red. Did I? Me trying to remember what the poll actually was. I'm missing one. Yeah, there was one kind of bluish green, but it wasn't like green. Yeah. I do have a buyer for that though, which I think is really funny. Because I just was like, nobody's gonna buy this, it's a frickin' pickle. I just think it's funny. Which I should, maybe I'll make that the first sale in my new shop, because the person is fine with waiting for it, so. I think I did say I was going to do that in the post where I announced that it was available. Actually, moving everything over is like so much. It's gonna be easier once I get it done, but like having 6,000 tiny tasks that don't feel like you're actually accomplishing anything is very bad for my brain. Yeah, I love teal. Teal's very pretty. One of the colors on my palette is a cobalt teal, which is one of the cards that are in the Color and Focus deck that I made. Yeah, my throat is sore today. I know it's because of allergies, but like annoying. Maybe if I doesn't stream tomorrow, I will take a little walk to the park. That seems like a good life choice for me to make. Maybe I will bring a book. I shouldn't start another book, but you know. I only have 3 books going at once right now. Not including the Hunger Games, which is always on deck. Hi, Jess. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. I can't get like a huge amount of details into these mushrooms, and like I know that and I planned for that, but I still like want to, even though it's not possible. It's like the devil is in the details because I want to do it, but I can't. Do I? I mean, I've been told I have a cute face. I don't know about cute inspection face. This is based vaguely off of a reference photo of myself, though. So, I don't know. I still need to decide what I'm doing for the details on this. I know what color I used for the base. Probably doing a magenta. Cooled magenta for that would be good. I really have like not thought about this at all since last week, if I'm being honest. Yes, that's exactly what happened, Jess. I'm so glad you could tell. So the title of this is going to be Mushroom Mistake. And so that's their hand, and that's the mushroom with a bite out of it. So there's 2 types of mushrooms here. There's morels, which are, I think, a little bit obvious. And then there's one type of false morel. There's a bunch of different kinds of mushrooms that are called false morels. But I needed to find like the balance between the different types of mushrooms being obvious to a viewer, but also being something that somebody could make a mistake over. Which I don't know that I found the perfect balance, but people have been picking up the vibe. So I at least managed that much. I also considered doing something cutesy for this because this is going to be part of a coloring book project with 29 other artists, which is a lot of people. And a lot of them tend towards kind of cutesier art in general. because the person who's organizing it does very cutesy art. So I considered kind of like going that route, but then I had this idea and I kind of fell in love with it and got obsessed with it. So this is what we're doing. The person in charge really likes this though, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, I think I'm the first person who's going to finish theirs. Because I'm just like that as a person. If I have something on my to-do list, I need to get it out of the way really early or it's just not going to happen. I would have liked to have gotten this done last month, but that didn't happen. Because I ran out of time. It's easier now that I'm not doing the modeling gig because that takes like a lot out of me. Yeah, I think it's a fun idea, Parker. If you want to take inspo for this for your own, you totally should. I'm down with that. Absolutely. I do think I'm going to end up adding some shading to the edges of these mushrooms because they look really flat so far. Yeah. If I expanded my to-do list, it would span several continents. And one, I don't have a passport, and two, I don't have that kind of money. I have to stick with my little to-do list that I can do at home. I won't lie, I have doubts that I'm getting this done today. If I don't get it done today, then I need to finish it tomorrow, I think. Which means finishing it off stream. Which isn't like the end-all be-all. It's not a disaster situation, but I would rather have it done. Because then I can start worrying about other things. Yay! I don't know, maybe leaving them a little flat isn't the death. This is, I don't know, the background is a little flatter too, but I think that's good so that it doesn't draw super focus from the foreground. I don't know, I think I'm probably just being way more critical of this than I need to be, because that's how my brain works. Oh, a rotary phone. Got it. Yeah, it would be, I don't know, reading that description, my immediate thought was like, you know those spooky boxes that you stick your hand into for Halloween and there's like, I don't know, noodles or something in there? And then horror movies use that as like you stick your hand in and something eats it. I was thinking about that, but with your finger in a phone. I don't know. That's definitely not what you were trying to say, but that's where my brain went. I'm not shrimping. Gotcha, Streamlabs. I've been much better about my posture the last little bit. I think all of ours are, honestly. Like, we all have weird stuff in there. Some people are just more honest about it than others. And what we consider dark and demented is definitely different. Oh man, when I was setting up stream, I knocked the entire plate of beam paints off of the table. And I think I'm still missing some. I tried to pick it up, but it was one of those things like where you were just like, oh, this might as well happen. How dare you? Oh yeah, for sure, Parker. Yeah, I'm getting better at that, Al, but it's definitely still I have to make a conscious choice to be more open, which I've been trying to be, but I don't know. It's difficult. And it's more difficult when there are certain people you can't get out of your life that make you feel like you need to hide yourself. So, it's work, but worth doing. It's just one of those things where, like, emotion brain versus logic brain. Oh yeah, for sure, Parker. You're always yourself, and I admire that in you. I find it more difficult. And I think that people throughout my life, like the entire time I've been alive, would always describe me as like having a strong sense of self and being strong-headed, which I don't always feel like. Like there are some things that I just won't move on, but I'm definitely a self-sacrificer to the nth degree. You aren't that bad, Parker. Like, yes, you bite people and threaten violence, but you are also nice. To be fair, I also used to bite people a lot who bullied me. I'd give a warning, if you don't get your finger out of my face, I'm gonna bite it. And then they wouldn't, and then I'd bite them. A threat means nothing if you don't follow through. I think we should all do more biting, if I'm being honest. There are more things in this world that deserve to be bitten. Yeah, me too, Parker. I'm very much like that. Well, I'm also a Leo, so I just have big cat energy anyway. Kind of like, yes, I want attention all the time, but it needs to be on my terms. Thank you. I'm definitely that person who, like, you know how cats will crawl on top of whatever you're doing and then, like, hang out directly in your face until they get the attention they want? I'm very much that. Yeah, I make Leo friends, like, a lot, honestly. It's really funny. For a while, both of my best friends were also Leos, and our birthdays were like 1 week, second week, third week. Yep. I don't know. People generally are surprised when I tell them I'm a Leo because I don't have huge Leo energy. Rainbow, who hangs out here sometimes, guessed that I was a Libra, which is my rising sign, if I remember correctly. But I really don't have the very prideful energy, I think, that a lot of people associate with Leos. But that may also be just because I have the mental Illinois, you know? Who knows? It's a mystery. I think I already knew you were a Leo, Parker. So I don't know that I can remove that information from my mind. But we vibe enough that I definitely would have guessed somewhere there was Leo in your chart. But maybe, I don't know, I also have Scorpio in my chart, so maybe you do too. Because I think that's kind of the similar, I don't know how to say what I'm thinking. Not like prideful Leo energy, but the kind of revenge energy, if that makes sense. Which is not just, that's not all Scorpio is, but that's what I would pick up on for that. I don't know, Al. I don't try to figure you out, if I'm being honest. I just wait for you to tell me. You're a mystery. Do I want to? I'm still considering adding a little bit of color to the ghost. I'm trying to decide if I want to or not. I might go over the lines again. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to make it look like I want it to look, and I don't know that I have a solution. Which is just, that's what art is, honestly. Oh, I also need to keep an eye on the time so that I don't go too long. Because although I do not have much to say about the book we read for book group, I still would like to go and hear what other people had to say. Because, man, my brain didn't grasp that book at all. Like, I vaguely have an understanding of what happened, but I don't really understand the world. I don't really understand the reasons why anything happened. So maybe somebody else has a different take on it. And I'd like to hear it. Yeah, Parker, same. I'm very, very cat-coded. The motorcycle is back. I hate that motorcycle so much. I would hate it less if it stopped waking me up at 5:30 in the morning. Probably. But it's still too loud. I think I have enough filters that you can't hear it, but just know that it's annoying me. Yeah, that's fair, Parker. I don't know. I like to think of myself as like a rescue cat. If I'm being honest, like, you get a rescue cat, you know there's going to be some problems with it. You just decide that you're willing to deal with it because the cat is cute, you know? Yeah, see that, so it's regular motorcycles are also loud and annoying, but this one they've done something with the muffler. So it's like even louder and more growly, I guess, kind of like gravelly sounding, and it's so loud. So I wear earplugs when I sleep already because I'm a light sleeper. I wake up really easily, and then it's difficult for me to get back to sleep because my brain is a horror zone. But I wake up to that sound through earplugs and an audiobook. That's how loud it is. There are house cats who like water. For sure. Like, there are cats who, like, beg to have the shower turned on and stuff. Yeah, that's fair. I also think I have some possum in me, if I'm being honest. The possum memes speak to me. I also think that my online presence very much is me with a bunch of little internet kiddos on my back walking around like a mama possum. I think that fits my energy pretty well. It's like I have my group of kiddos who really just need somebody to tell them that they're doing all right, you know? Which is a really low bar, but still one that isn't always reached for people. No, I don't like that. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. No. I get what you're saying, Parker. That's so funny. I'm just pinning your tail down so you can't run away. I was waiting for it. I knew Al was gonna have something to say about that. Oh, that was too much water. Whoops. Honestly, though, one of my kiddos, Aiden, who shows up here sometimes, he's in a different time zone, though, so he doesn't make it here all the time. Once he called me his Uncle Iroh, and I almost died on the spot. Like, I started crying. Because that's the sweetest thing anybody has ever said to me in my entire life. I'm a huge Uncle Iroh fan. I'm glad I can bring some joy to your day, Parker. Or just some weirdness. Either or. Just DM it to me, Al. Okay, I was thinking magenta for those. That's what I was thinking. It is a PG-13 rating on this stream. Zuko is the best character, though. Like, best storyline of the whole show. Well and truly. Let me mix a color that I want. So I was thinking... Oh, I have notes of what I did. Look at me go. I am a Zuko appreciator. For sure. Do I want to try to do this with this brush? Probably not. Okay, I'll check in a second. If I leave this direction, I'm gonna end up putting my hand in wet paint. So let's not do that. Well, I mean, I might still end up putting my hand in wet paint. You know how I am. I could have sworn I removed this song from this playlist. But I guess I didn't. Yeah, that's fair. Man, my brain is really not being nice to me today. I'm kind of over it, honestly. It just pooped out a memory I don't want to deal with. Like, I know why that's happening, but could we not? I'm having a good time. I don't need to be attacked by that right now. Yeah, something like that. One day, maybe my brain won't try to attack me anytime I'm concerned about something. Yeah, that's fair, Parker. That once you get into that like anxiety mindset, it's really hard to snap out of it. One of the things that I do before bed to try and deal with stress response is to clench your entire body and hold your breath for a count of whatever. I do 10, but it can be whatever, and do that a few times, and then it kind of makes your nervous system go, oh yes, we have defeated the difficult thing that we had to do, and now it's fine. So yeah, fair. Oh, I need to check DMs. I forgot. Me not remembering what I'm doing? It's more likely than you think. Oh, good. My brother got an A on his final, too. That's good news. Yeah, that's funny, Al. And thank you for not saying that in chat. Yeah, Brother Bean's been doing really well with school. He's like absolutely killing it, and I'm so proud of him. He's doing a couple engineering classes and going for an accounting degree, which is like a lot to do all at once. But he's doing really well. And still like doing all of the cooking and being a functional human, which I'm just so impressed with constantly. Yeah, same, Parker. Same. He's home. Hello. Everybody's proud of you. He says thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I finished my undergrad and I was planning to go to grad school, but then the big bad happened in my brain. Which, to be fair, that had been building up for a while with burnout and everything. But just because my life looks different than I thought it would at this stage doesn't mean it's a bad life. I don't know. I probably would have ended up burnt out the same way if I had done grad school anyway, so... I do think that I want to shade these guys with purple, because the magenta is just... it's doing a subtle thing. I need something a little more dramatic. Might also use some Payne's Gray, actually. Oh yeah, for sure, Parker. That's just constantly. You know those photos? There's a specific photo I'm thinking of that I made a different meme out of like ages and ages ago. But there, you know how there's photos of like an adult dog or cat or whatever, and then looking like so perturbed, and one of their puppies or kittens is like chewing on their ear. That's how I think of my bad thoughts in my brain. It's just like this annoyance that you can't really get rid of. Like, is it actually hurting you all the time? Not really. Is it still frustrating to have to deal with constantly? Yes. And like I have done like so much work on myself with that stuff, but it's still just like exhausting all the time. So I'm doing a lot better than I was, but it's not like a cure situation. Yeah, Parker, just carrying that weight with you all the time. I feel that. What do I want to do? I do think I want to add some color to the ghost. I think I'm gonna like it better if I do that. But I think continuing to work on the mushrooms is probably the right bet at this moment in time. So let's get some purple on these false morels and see what I think. I do also need to work on the stems a bit because they are still looking pretty flat. Checking the time. It's fine. No biggie. I am going to move this card though, because I'm concerned I'm going to get it dirty with all of this moving around, moving and shaking. I may also use a little bit of white on this guy. I made him really pigmented. I don't think this is going to make like a huge difference overall, but it is going to make me feel better about it, so. I probably want to add a little bit of orange for the highlights. Probably. Or I could use gouache, too. Too many decisions, too many decisions. That looks better already. Cool. Sometimes she knows what she is doing. At least a little bit. This guy in the back is also a little bit underpigmented, which makes him look a little funny. So let's fix it. You ever get like almost entirely done with a project and then realize a mistake you made? Because I just did. I'm not going to tell you what it is though. It's a secret for me and my brain alone. And maybe my patrons. If you only get my secrets if you pay me. Okay, let's work on our stalks here a little bit. Or stems? Are they stalks or stems if they're mushrooms? I don't know. Well, for my art secrets, you have to pay me. The other secrets are unlocked with attention, generally speaking. Yeah, attention. See? I am a simple creature. Let's do a little bit of this. I probably... no. I was going to say I might want to desaturate the shadows a little bit, but I actually quite like the way it looks saturated, so... Nah. Nah. Oh, I do still need to bump up the color on that blade of grass too. I remember. This is a problem with taking a break, just that I forget everything that I was doing. Which, to be fair, I forget everything I'm doing as I'm doing it too, so... this is my favorite ACS song. I love it! It's one of those... There are songs that, like, hit a certain way to the point that I can tell that my pupils dilate when I hear the first note. This is one of them. Oh, which reminds me about the emote. I made an emote with pupils dilating. And blushies. I animated it yesterday. Let me show. Oh, my back just cracked in a very interesting way. It would help if I could type. I made that. It went through like 4 iterations before I decided on one. I will do a stretchy. I will, after I finish doing this. Thank you, lesbian. It's always nice when you have a lesbian looking out after you. And I do definitely, I probably have it somewhere on my phone, but every time I say thank you, lesbian, I think of that one scene from Orange is the New Black. I will take a little treat, thank you. Okay, stretching, I'm stretching. I need to be careful though. I'm wearing a crop top today, and if I lean forward too far, Twitch is gonna ban me. That's how that's gonna go. Stretchies. Ooh. Why do I have a spine? Very rude. Stretchies. What was I saying? I was saying something. Oh, the thank you lesbian from Orange is the New Black. That the little Asian woman says in the bathroom to somebody, thank you, lesbian. Yeah, it's just something that I need to be aware of, but it's finally warm enough that I can, like, not wear a full sweatshirt out here. And I will take advantage of that. Thank you. Okay, stretchies accomplished. Taking a sippy. And then having a little tweet. A little tweet. That's what I was doing. I forgot what I was reaching for while I was reaching. It's that kind of day today. Okay, I'm having a little orange sugar candy. Then I'm continuing doing mushrooms. Statements that sound strange out of context. Which, let's be real, that's like maybe 30% of streaming is saying things that sound weird if nobody knows what you're talking about. The other 70% is just tech issues. Which, oh, I got an email today that Streamlabs has made an OBS plugin, which is interesting. A lot of the captioning software only works with OBS or Chrome. Those are like the two options, neither of which I use. So having a plugin for that will be good. I don't think I can run it on this laptop. I think the last time I tried to run it, it was a lot more CPU heavy than Streamlabs was. That would mean I didn't have to move all of my alerts over to a new system, which would be really nice. And I think also once I get my desktop computer set up, it'll be not as big a deal because I'll be working with more power. Okay, pretty happy with those. Let's do a little bit of yellow-orange on the highlights of the false morels. Let's see what I think about that. I don't think that's going to make a huge difference, but I do think that it makes enough of a difference that I like it. One of the cool things about color theory is some colors read as lighter to us, even if they're like the same pigmentation. So like orange and yellow reads as lighter for reds, which is why I'm doing this. And purple will read as darker, even if it isn't like an actual darker tone. Colors are neat. It also makes things really confusing sometimes, though, I won't lie. I do think that I need to darken up that side a little bit. Actually, let's do that. That's better, I think. Okay. Well, I definitely want to make the holes in the morels look a little darker, so I'm probably going to do some Payne's Gray in the centers of those. And then maybe do a wash over the top. Maybe not. But let's start out doing a little bit of Burnt Umber and Payne's Gray in the middle of those. Because I do also need to shade the actual caps themselves at some point. And I can just tell my brain is fried. I was so tired yesterday. I worked like all day without any breaks just because like I had the momentum. And I know that it's not like a smart thing to do, but I got a lot of work done, so. the thing about being self-employed, I guess. There's always more work to do. Always. I have also been trying to finish reading, well, listening to a book for like a month. Which, like, I don't know. I got it because it was available from my library without a wait, and I needed like some sort of audiobook to listen to while I was doing something. But I don't know. It kind of jump scared me with some very derogatory terms in it last night, which was something that I wasn't expecting. And was not particularly pleasant for me. I'm gonna finish it, but like, huh. Which is interesting because it's Crazy Rich Asians for the record. I don't need to be vaguing about this book without actually saying what it is. It's just, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of cultural information that I don't have that would make the book make more sense, which is totally valid. But I really didn't know anything about it other than the fact that there had been a movie made. So I had like a vague idea of the preference. I cannot speak. Premise. I know words, but I didn't really know like the full deets. Which maybe I should have looked at before reading it. But you know what? If the worst thing that I do in my month is listen to a book that I don't particularly enjoy, that's a fine month, honestly. And it's not like a bad book, I just think it's not for me per se, which again, totally valid. But I do have another audiobook waiting on deck, so I want to finish that one. Facetious. Consternatious. Reading. There's the 3 words. That's all. That's all the words that there are in the whole universe. You're welcome. I have such a bad habit of using like overly big words. And then I have to explain words to people. Not always, but it's definitely a problem with me where I end up speaking like way more formally than I need to be, especially if I'm like, I don't know, uncomfortable. Which is definitely a neurodivergent thing. I know for a fact. I mean, it may also just be a weird kid thing, but those are related. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere on this. I'm still not sold on our ghosty here. I'm getting so many Instagram notifications, I'm scared. I posted a reel and a photo today, and I guess it's popping. That always makes me nervous. Exactly, lesbian. And it's like some words there are not substitutes for. And sometimes the big word is actually shorter than saying it the roundabout way, you know? Juxtaposition is one that I use way more often than I should. Because, like, there isn't a faster way to say that. In a way that makes the same meaning, you know? So you could, like, say comparing the two, but that's not the same as juxtaposition. Mostly, like, that isn't like a huge problem for me because I have people who understand me. But it does always feel like a little weird when I say a word in a Twitch chat or whatever, and people are like, what are you even talking about? And I'm like, hang on, here's the dictionary definition. Here's what it meant in the sentence. I'm sorry. That's so valid, lesbian. What is the name of that song? Isn't it the same as the name of the movie, like 8 Miles or something? Or is that the album name? I don't remember. Or is it just Lose Yourself? It might just be Lose Yourself. But I know which one you mean. My brain also just poops out song lyrics randomly. Yeah, also fair, lesbian. I know my stuff and I don't know anybody else's stuff. That's the long and short of it. Although I am definitely one of those people who's like, send me your music soundtrack, like send me your usual playlist so that I can listen to it, and then I will steal the songs off of it to add it to my own playlist. I'm a music magpie. There are very few like recent songs that I've added to my playlist that didn't come from somebody else. There's a few from like my Spotify Discover, but those are all influenced by the other music that I've picked up from other people. So hi, Shawnee. The entire War of the Worlds album. I don't know what that is. But I'll give most things a go. Like my music taste is very, very wide. I mentioned this to, I think it was Kuro the other day, that pretty much the only music that I don't listen to voluntarily is classical orchestra. I'll listen to ballet sometimes, but I don't know. Just not my vibe. Oh, okay, a musical. Got it, got it. I don't know that off the top of my head, but I will give it a look-see. I have like very specific musicals that I listen to. Actually, one of my favorite musical songs is from I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. And I did that one in high school, Studying a Babe. Hilarious song. Made an indelible mark on my brain as a teenager. I haven't read War of the Worlds either. I should add that to my classics list, actually, to read. Because I have been trying to read, like, more things that are spread out across time instead of just reading, like, I don't know, pop stuff from now. Or just rereading the same 5 things from the early 2000s repeatedly, which is also what I do. Actually, maybe I did read that for high school at some point, and I just don't remember it. There are very few books that I read in high school that I actually have memory of, even if I did actually read them, which wasn't always. Man, I haven't been able to go see ACS's stream in like a long time. I miss them. They also have a new song out that I definitely haven't listened to yet. I've been so bad about listening to new music lately. Because Hosier still has that new album out that I haven't even looked at. And I do very much like his music. I guess it's just because I'm busy all the time. I should give myself a break. I'm working so much all the time forever. Like, I don't know. I started doing, like, habit tracking again with one of my Discords, which I think I've mentioned before. But one of the things I added to my layout last week, I think, was if I had done admin work, like behind the scenes stuff, or if I had made art in a given day, and I'm doing both on a regular basis if I think about it. Because usually I think like, oh, make an Instagram post and that's fine, but that is like actual admin work. And I'm doing things like updating on my spreadsheets in the back and working on my website and everything. I'm working a lot. And my brain just doesn't let me see it a lot. Oh, that's fun, lesbian. There was, what's that musical called? Spamalot, that has like John Cleese recording over the top of it. That came up here at one point. And it's funny how various musicals, traveling musicals, deal with that stuff. Oh, that's fun. The interactive ones, like interactive stuff they do is always so funny. Theater is such an interesting medium, honestly. Okay, I think now
This
I
is
try.
a self-care checkpoint. Do you need to take
Jump
meds?
scared by my own
Get
voice.
some water, some food, take a break or a stretch? Please do so now. Thank you.
I think I'm doing all right, so I don't think I need to take a break at the moment. I also am doing a little bit of a shorter stream because I have a book group later. I also need to shade these. I didn't do that. I think I'm not going to do a lot of shading on the ones in the basket because I just don't see the point. They're so small. I will take a sippy. I do want to do a little bit of these in here though. That'll be fine because I did manage to draw on that. Okay. Sippy sippy. Sippy accomplished. Really, it was like 3 sippies, but you know, sometimes the water just hits. I did make iced tea for the first time this season, which is really exciting. Okay. Shading the edges of the mushrooms is the next step here, and then figuring out what I'm doing with this. All of this. But what do I want to shade the mushrooms with? Probably just this. I think. Let's see how that goes. I may add a little bit more beige on the sides just to bring that back up. Ooh, we're nearing the end of this. We're nearing it. We're getting close. I would say I can taste it, but I'm not going to lick the art. Yeah, that already feels better. Cool, cool. Wow, it's almost like I know what I'm doing. I will immediately forget this when I start working on the ghost again, that I think that I know what I'm doing. Such is the way. Oh, I hope you had a good nap. It does seem like a nap kind of day today. I'm having a little bit of a brain weird day, but that's like normal anyway, so I'm doing fine though. It's just dealing with a lot of stuff all at once. Nothing scary. But really, do I ever have not brain weird days? I think the answer to that is no. There, those look better already. Those look a little bit more depth to them. It's not super obvious on camera, but it's obvious to me looking at it here, so. I did, like, okay, this is not related to anything else we were talking about, really, but it just came into my brain, so we're sharing. I made, like, a really big effort to be more social this year. Still within, like, parameters of things I'm comfortable with, to be clear. But when people ask me, like, oh, do you want to hang out and do X thing? I would say yes, instead of going, eh, because I am very introverted and people are hard for me. And weird thing, when you say yes, you hang out with people more. So I've been doing like all of this social stuff that I wouldn't have thought that I would ever be doing again, honestly. And like, it's good for sure, but it also makes me so nervous all the time. Just, I don't know. That little bullied kid in my brain is like loud. Which isn't really a surprise, it's just I haven't had to deal with that because I mostly do social stuff through like Twitch or something like that. But now I'm doing like actual talking to people stuff on a regular basis. That is pretty wild. do think I need to make more of an effort to do stuff like in person. But that's still like scary. It's scary. But if I want to start doing markets and stuff, which isn't going to happen this summer, but I would like to start doing that, I need to remember how to be a people. So like, yay me for like actually trying to do this, but also, oh god, now I have things I have to do. You know? That's funny. I'm just thinking about that specifically because I have book group tonight. And somebody asked me, well, Trish specifically, because it's her book group, asked me about that. And I went, you know what? We're going to do it, even though it makes us nervous. And like, it's fun, but it also makes me nervous. I will never get used to having to be a person, I think. I was made to be a log in a bog. And there was a mix-up. And now I'm here. And that's why I'm so good at making moss. Because really, that's what's in my soul. Okay, I wanted to add a little bit of beige to these guys. Maybe with a little bit of yellow tint to it. Which I think, yeah, I used that. I used a yellow on my beige before, so it is already a little yellow tone. So let's do that for a couple of the highlights, and then I think the mushrooms are pretty well set. This won't make like a huge difference, but it will make me feel better, so. Yeah, that's totally fair, Shawnee. Like, is it safe to leave the bog on Tuesdays? Yes. Do you need to leave the bog on Tuesdays? No. It's okay. There will be another Tuesday. I am sitting weirdly, but I am not shrimping, actually. I've been much better about doing my stretches and like strengthening stuff since I started doing habit tracking again. And it has made my back better, which is disgusting. You mean I have to do things to make stuff stop hurting? That's rude and should be illegal. But it does mean that I'm more comfortable most of the time, which is nice. Like, I still got issues, but they're a little bit better than they were. Because a horrible thing about backs is that they have muscles in them. Nobody consulted me about this. Otherwise, I would have said don't do that. But here we are. You need to stretch the muscles in your back. Okay, I think part of the reason I made that one darker was to make it look like it was a little older, which works. But let's add a little bit of a blue tone to it too. I think that will boost that. A little bluey purple to go with the hand over here. Desaturate it a little bit. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, now I need to figure out what I'm doing with the ghost. Which is apparently just going to involve me staring at it and sighing for a little bit. I do think I'm going to want to go back over some of this with the ink again. Just because I think the washed out line art isn't helping the situation here. But I do think I want to add a little bit of color to it, so we're going to do that. Not like a huge amount, but a little bit, a hint of color. So like I want this to be a little bit purple. Same with the inside of the sleeves. It doesn't need to be a lot, just like a hint. Because I don't know. I don't know what ghost laws are, so I'm just making it up as I go. Go Streamer Chan. The robe would be black, but I think I'm just going to leave it white. Well, maybe I want to do a little bit of the shading with black. I didn't use black for that, though. I used Payne's Gray. I remember. Because I wanted it to be a little bit cooler so that it stood out against the trees. So let's do a little bit of this. That's maybe too much a bit of this. Calm down. That's better. Alright. Maybe that will make me feel better about the line art too. Just like do a little bit of shading with it. Oh, big day for Elmo. I've picked up, so Rainbow says big word for Elmo. Often when I have used a big word that I need to explain in chat. And I've picked that up and my brain has started saying big day for Elmo when I'm like overwhelmed by what's happening. And I think it's very funny. Yeah, I think just kind of like using a little bit of color in the shading is where I want this to be, for sure. Oh, I will also say again, because I know we've had some new people come in, the week of May 12th, there will be no streams. I will try to remember to say that often. But my dad's going to be visiting, so I need to break down the streaming area since it's in our living room. So no streams then. It'll be okay though. I'll be back. Don't worry about it. I decided on brown here, I think. So let's do some of that. And then we'll try to mix a skin tone. Just a little bit. No guest star week. I feel like I need to add more to the brim, but I also feel like I don't, which is really helpful. Thank you, Brain. I think I do want to do some more white through here so that it's lifted farther off the background too. But let's do skin tone situation first. I think probably about there is going to be good. Yeah, that works. Okay. My dad will be like busy while he's up here because he's like visiting people, right? It's not just coming to see us kind of a thing. But since I'm still in the living room, it's going to be in the way. Soon though, soon. I will have my own studio space soon. I do need to work on that some more, as you do. But once I get some, I need to tear the rest of the carpet up down there and then get the flooring replaced. And then I think I just need to set stuff up and it'll be good. There's also the matter of like getting a proper computer and all that stuff. But once I have like a set space that's out of the way, I might be able to stream more, which would be nice. Because it's good for me, I guess. That's a little too ridgy. You need to calm down a little bit here. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, I think that gives the vibe better than just the white. In my opinion. Which my opinion is the one that matters because it's my art. Okay, what else do I want to do to this? Do you think adding some color to the pupil and stuff here? Good. So let's do that. And I do think I'm gonna, I know I've said this like 35 times in a row, but I do think adding more ink over the top is going to be the right answer for this. I think that it is obvious with this piece that I don't draw people very often. I do hands, but I don't draw like people, even if they're cartoony very much anymore. Sticker Ninja mentioned me in their story. Sorry, I checked my phone. I'm so excited. I can't show you all of these things, but that's really exciting. They like my pickle sticker, you guys. That's so exciting. They posted my pickle sticker. That's great. Wow, I feel so special. That's so good. That's really exciting. Oh, thank you, Shawnee. That's very kind. I worry about it. Mostly it's not like a production value issue. It's a I'm in a living space issue. So it's like imposing on the rest of the house, which at this point is really just my brother. But yeah, I'm so excited. I got 2 stickers. I ordered 2 more stickers, so those should be here sometime this month. Clearly, they're working on the printing. So I did, if you remember the roast chicken that we painted on stream, I have a sticker for that. And then we have the pickle sticker. So those are coming soon and will be in the new shop. And I'm so excited that Sticker Ninja mentioned me. That makes me so happy. They're always super nice to me. I think partially just because I always tip them. Because they deserve to be tipped. They're doing really fast and incredible work. Like I ordered those stickers and I got my proofs approved in less than 24 hours. They're just like, they absolutely blast through. their work, and it's incredible. The printing takes longer, but okay, let's do this. And yeah, and they have a thing on their order forms where you can put in your Instagram name so that if they like your sticker, they can tag you if they post it. And I have always done that, and they haven't until the pickle. So I'm excited. That's really nice. I'm going places. Yay. That's a nice boost today. Wow. It's so easy when you're doing all this stuff and you're like just working constantly. I'm constantly working. And it's really easy to get like really caught up in a numbers game and really easy to feel like nobody's actually seeing what you're doing. Especially with how social media is arranged anymore. So that kind of stuff is like huge. Like when people, I think it was Adam. Yeah, Adam posted the art that he bought because of my sale on his Twitter. And that's like so huge for especially small-time artists to get like the word out. It's huge. And Stars too has been very, very good about that kind of stuff. It's like such a huge thing. I'm just so blessed to have supportive people in my life, honestly. Like, I never would have thought I'd have this much support. It's wild to me. It's like an overwhelming amount of support. Okay, I definitely want to redo the line art. The more I'm looking at it, the more I want to redo the line art, which is going to be a little bit messy. So I'm a little nervous about it, but we can do it. I believe in us. I do want this to pop off the background a little bit more, so more gouache it is. I do need to remember that I did actually use gouache for this when I'm listing stuff for it, because I have I started doing certificates of authenticity for my original art where I put the medium on it, and I need to remember that. Although I've been really impressed with myself that I remember what I did for everything while I've been going through, because like I said, I've been working on the galleries on my website, which involves just kind of like writing what stuff is. I've been really impressed with myself about how much I actually remember about the things I've done, because memory is not always my strong suit. So thank you, Shawnee. I'm really grateful for you too. You're such a supportive and nice person. I'm so glad I met you. You're such a sweetheart. Oh, I didn't do her eyebrows. How dare I? Like, honestly, the internet, incredible. I've met my best friends. My best friends live in my phone. I mean, other than my brother, which is another wild thing. My brother is definitely one of my best friends, which is not something I ever would have thought would come to pass, but here we are. Okay. I could probably add more skin tone to her face a little bit. Maybe deepen up some of the other shadows on here, because this won't be very obvious, but will make it feel a little bit more depth-wise, I think. Doing a little bit of like a red-purple shade will be good. We will be doing more hands for our next project because I don't have any chill, I guess. I have never been known for my chill. But I already sketched that out for next time. That has to do with the next color in focus, which I will post on socials tomorrow. But it is just decided at this point. So. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I just need to redo the ink and then I'll be okay with it. And then I think we're done, you guys. I may add a little bit more white, but I might want to use the white ink a little bit. Maybe you want to add more black too to some of these shadows, actually. Actually, me, almost done. Just kidding. I need to mess with it some more. I do think that the redoing the line art will make me feel better about that too. Then we can say this is done and I can go get ready for book group. Should probably make this back arm a little bit darker. Oh, for the book group this month we did Gideon the Ninth. I can just tell you the book, it's no big secret. Which did not play well with my brain, honestly. I still don't know that I know everything that happened in the book. It just like slid right off my brain. And I think part of that was because I did it as an audiobook. But I also, after talking to other people about it, I think part of that is also how the book is written. But mostly for the book club, we've been reading like fantasy stuff. We have more like planned out for the next couple months, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. I do know that I have them requested from my libraries, so I've got to hold waiting, but I've also been reading ADHD After Dark lately, which is a book about a study that a relationship and sex counselor did with couples where one person has ADHD and one doesn't, which is pretty interesting. I'm learning. I mean, a lot of it is like, yeah, I expected that to be the case, but a lot of it is pretty interesting. Like, and it's always good to have like data about stuff. I'm pretty sure that one was a Tumblr suggestion that's been sitting in my queue for ages. I think more purple. Then I think we do line art, and then I think we're good. But I do need to let it dry a considerable amount before then, so we might just call it. And I can finish that off stream today. Yeah, it definitely shows up on Tumblr polyamory polls. It's often listed along with Hunger Pangs from Joy. And like generally is as queer lit. It often shows up, which is all I knew about it, honestly. I hadn't looked into it at all, which maybe looking into it would have made me understand it a little bit better. I don't know. But I'm interested to see what other people thought about it. Although I did like completely dominate the conversation for the last book, so I'm totally fine with taking a little bit of a backseat with this one. I think that's probably a good move. Because last time we read Fourth Wing, which has a character with hypermobility as the main character, and I have issues with it. Definitely not an author that I will read again, for sure. Which, like, that's no shade to people who enjoyed the book. It just was, like, tailor-made for me to hate it. But not everything in the world is made for me, and that's perfectly fine. If everything in the world was made for me, that would be really boring. I want to just ink it right now, but I know that's such a bad idea. Let me see who is live at the moment. And I will go drop you off with somebody neat. Let's see, let's see. Lots of people doing art today. There's somebody I know from Stream Inc. who's drawing right now, and it looks like I know he has pretty chill vibes. I don't get a chance to hang out there a lot. So what was I doing? Good Lord. I am like, what's a brain? We don't know her. Okay. This is what I'm doing. Goodness gracious, my brain just stopped. I was like, it's time to stop streaming, and my brain was like, okay, we're done. There we go. So let's do this person. I should switch over to the ending screen while I'm rambling, probably. That would make sense. That's a thing that I do. All right. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here and hanging out and chatting. It's always nice to have people who like want to talk to me. I don't know. I know that that's like a normal thing and that people do want to talk to me, but it's always nice to get that confirmation, you know? So I will be back on Tuesday, and then we'll do more art. Yes, ma'am. I do a stretchy. Starting the raid at some point would be a smart thing to do. I may mess with the ghost a little bit more tomorrow. I'm not sold on it yet. I need to sit on it for a little bit. Think about it. Consider it. I'll be back next week. Another reminder that the week of the 12th, there won't be any streams. You will have to miss me. I'll be in Discords and on social media and stuff, but no streams that week. And then I'll be back. And then we'll be doing stuff. Next time we are going to be working on the new color and focus, which is going to involve my hands. That's your teaser for next time. Let me do the raid commands. If I can remember how to type, holy cow. The answer is no, I can't remember how to type. So those are the raid commands. The first one has a follower emote that you can use in any channel if you're subbed. The second one has emotes that you can use anywhere on Twitch. So go ahead and copy whatever one is applicable to you. So you can copy pasta that into the person we go raid. And I will actually start the raid. That's a thing to do also. Or Streamlabs could freeze a little bit. Come on, buddy. You can do it. I believe in you. Did I spell that right? I have doubts. I did spell it right. Wow, look at me go. Okay. There we go. So thank you so much for being here. I think I said that already, but I'll say it again because I'm grateful for you. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of and be kind to yourself for yourself, please do it for me because I think that you're important and deserve nice things. So let me be that little voice in your head that tells you that you're going to be okay. You can do this. Just take care of yourself a little bit. Okay? We can do it together. It'll be okay. Kirk Shannon is pretty mellow vibes and is a very talented artist, so good place to hang out for a little bit. And I will see y'all next week. Well, I'll see y'all next week on stream. I'm sure I'll see you other places before then. So everybody take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.